I think it is tomorrow, actually.
No, it's the thing. Well, welcome everybody to Reject Rundown Show, man. I know it's not Friday, of course, but man, we're diving into it because Friday was a lot about wrestling. We got a lot of stuff on the table, and we left a little bit on the countertop. So we're gonna put that on the plate, bring it to the table, and let you guys know what's coming up right now because there's a lot of things that's been happening past weekend, plus so far in the last freaking 48 hours. So not by myself, though. What's up, old man? Say what's up to the peeps as well as Zach the Mac later. You go, man, first, fool.
Let me call out the guy that's coughing over here. Hi, everybody. How's it going? It's old man Ate. Old player of the game. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah.
That's right.
Go ahead, Zach.
We can't do this alone. We need the master of disaster. Go ahead, Zach the Mac. Say hi to everybody.
That's right, guys. That's right, gangsters. Happy to be here with you boys this afternoon.
Yes.
Should be a good episode though. Should be nice. Talk a little things, talk a little trash. So yeah, it should be a good episode.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to go over, man. Like old man brought up some good topic right now that I was like, you know what, this is pretty good because it kind of coincides with what I found out too a little bit from another gaming system. So let's dive in though. First thing on the board, everybody, a record-breaking weekend for Mr. Michael freaking Jackson. His biopic is hitting the charts, everyone get excited because it already has hit 217 million worldwide. All right, so congratulations to Michael for getting I guess, fan success type of movie biopic. It's by far the most and biggest music biopic of the franchises that's kind of come out, that we've seen in theaters. So it's the biggest. It's gotten it. Despite the negative critic reviews, guys. Now, despite all that, because if you guys look on Rotten Tomatoes, obviously it's not
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, exactly. It's not certified fresh, obviously not. But yet somehow the fans.
You know what? Let me say something real quick. Rotten Tomatoes is our certified jackasses. That's what I got to say about them. Go ahead, keep going. I'm sorry.
Long time rejects of the week. Yeah, long time rejects of the week. Regardless, anything is just gonna be that. But yeah, other than that, it's achieved something that many fans like myself was a little skeptic of, just because we weren't too sure of how well the movie is going to be well received with the fans themselves. With all the allegations and generally what I found out pertaining to the movie. If you guys haven't. I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure everyone's kind of heard about it. I don't know if you guys have seen it at all.
I have not.
No. Okay. Oh man, you haven't done a little hiki?
Yeah, my niece took me for my birthday, so we went to go on that. And it was pretty good. I like the movie. I like the storyline. It feels like this is perfect because Michael's life building up to before he became the king, or actually as he became the king. It had to do a lot with his dad and his relationship with his father, and I think that's the one thing I like about this movie is that was the villain in the film.
Yeah, it showed it showed a lot of the negative parts of Joseph Jackson, right? So, over the years, we've kind of heard a lot of the stories, the rumors that kind of revolved around him. And all of a sudden, my feed is coming up with nothing but, LaToya Jackson, Janet Jackson, and generally everyone's having past interviews pertaining how their father treated them. And, it wasn't necessarily all sunshine and rainbows. He was known to be abusive with the kids, and especially towards Michael, really, hence why, Michael, for over the years, a lot of people wonder why didn't Michael do any more tours with the family and the Jackson 5 or whatnot. And generally that had to do a lot with Joseph, him stepping away from Pops, him moving, going in his own direction, becoming his own man, becoming his own business person, and doing things differently on his own. And why you rarely saw them together afterwards. And let's just be honest. I'm like, you look at history and what we've seen of Michael Jackson over the years, it's like, yeah, the family would always attend to his issues and stuff like that. He would go out in courts, whatever. But you never really saw these family photos. You know what I mean? Like, here's Christmas, here's Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? You didn't really see any of that. So obviously there's a lot of history and all that, and everyone has to kind of, take this movie with said, a little bit of grain on the salt, right? A little bit allegedly.
Well, I think there's a video of him celebrating Christmas where I think he's a little older, and they found Christmas gifts, and they said that he's never really ever experienced that in his life.
Yeah.
That just tells you, like, that's another thing. Like, growing up, all his life probably never going to have a Christmas tree with presents around there.
Yeah.
And it's not until he was older he finally got to see what it was like to have a tree and have presents. So it's interesting, you know, how you grow and how you grow to be the person you are. Look at him when he separated from his brothers. He went on to become the Michael Jackson.
Yeah, exactly. The mogul, the king. You know what I mean? He became just who he was. He became, part owner and generally majority owner of Sony for a long period of time. And what I didn't know, and I shared this with Old Man on the chats and stuff.
Okay.
What's it called? There's a video of it that generally there's a voice recording of Michael talking about the MCU and how it would be cool if someone were to purchase it when it was being sold, when it was on the selling block, for someone to purchase it and basically make a universe and just bring all these characters, from everywhere, and generally was kind of hype up with Universal and thinking that Universal would have been the perfect place for it to be. And that, imagine the rides, imagine the the eatery, the scenes and stuff like that. Imagine all of this if someone were to have control of it and do these type of things. And this is pre-Disney doing all this. So you think about it.
Well, actually, he was gonna buy it. He was gonna buy it, but apparently all these allegations hit him. When he was gonna buy it, the allegations started all over again, opening the door for Disney to buy it.
Correct. Mundo was kind of lessening his purchase rate at that point. Right. And that is a theory type of thing. I think we can actually save this for a good let's actual talk about it. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of theories to kind of go in all this where we can go down the rabbit hole and discuss all these type of issues, videos that came up.
Dare you say conspiracy theories, if you will.
Exactly. And in fact, too, recently, when especially particularly the Michael, the biopic, there's even a lot of chemistry between the kids, brothers and sisters, that are not very happy with even Janet Jackson herself. Janet Jackson somehow was coming up where she wasn't happy with this biopic. Neither was the daughter. And it seems like there's a lot of family issues there again. So let's save all of that for that. But I would like to shed light on a good congratulations for Michael on a good success in the biopic. Everyone's loving it. I guess I will actually have to see this finally and see what it's all about.
One thing I want to point out about this thing, about the movie, the funniest thing I've seen, it's not funny, but it shows like his aura is still alive. The fact that people are still passing out even when they go to watch this film.
Yep. Go watch the film, and look, the music is even climbing, Spotify's charts again. This crazy thing is Michael is now becoming one of the most listened to artists on Spotify currently on Apple too. So it's like this, you see what I mean? The aura that just comes with who Michael is and what he brings as a musician and all that stuff. So I congratulations. I'm always going to be a big fan of that big guy. So let's see what and supposedly there is going to be a part 2 they're making actually currently too. The actors did say that if the price is right, they'll come on board, and it seems like everyone's talking about a part 2. So
that'd be cool.
Exactly. Let's stay tuned for that one for sure. All right, next thing on the board, Lucha Underground. We didn't get a chance to talk about last weekend, but it did hit the trailers all over freaking social media, and it seems that Lucha Underground could be making a return. Very shockingly, I'm excited for this, actually, to be honest. I was a big fan, I was a big fan of Lucha Underground. So if WWE and AAA are to put on a show like they did where ECW on a one night only type of deal in that arena and just go ham on the effects and the entrances and the gimmicks and stuff like that, I would be down for this. What do you guys think?
Good, that goes okay to you.
Well, I know there'd be a lot of high flying, and I'm sure the roster, if they get the right people to come there on a day-to-day constant basis, I mean, yeah, I don't see why it would not get a hype. I think that'd be pretty interesting.
Yep.
And to me, I think this would be interesting if they go back to doing it as a seasonal, like they did back in the day, where those are seasonal. It ended at Ultima Lucha, which had a heck of a freaking showdown that they would put on. Right. I think they fought for like the 3 belts or something like that. I can't remember how it went.
Something like that.
So imagine if they do something like this seasonal, and you can bring back the veterans that were part of that show. You got Penta, who's part of WWE. You got Rey Mysterio. You got Rey Phoenix. Yep. You got Chelsea Green, who becomes that. Yeah, you Muertes. So just imagine what they could do and just go with it again. Yep. I'll be down for something like that.
Agreed. So it's definitely hit when it hit the social media. There's still no confirmation as to what it means per se, but with the fans buzzing all over it and us ourselves too as well, hyped up for it, I can only imagine that there's going to be another announcement coming up saying this will end up happening. Maybe this could be their SummerSlam. You know what I mean? Like, what if this is their SummerSlam type of deal? And it's around the corner, if I'm not mistaken. So if anything, heck yeah, let's go for it, man. Let's put on a good show. Let's get these freaking Lucha Libres up in the mat and stuff like that, and show them.
Lucha down, if you will. A Lucha throwdown.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? That'd be freaking awesome. Bring back the cool gimmicks. Bring back everybody. Even bring Chelsea Green back and stuff. Bring in the ones that we haven't seen yet. Let's bring some WWE superstars that haven't popped in there. Like Dominic can go on there. Even Finn Balor can make an appearance, if anything, and doing his gimmick too as well about the demon. So
the Americanos.
Yeah, mix it in a little bit. That'd be cool as heck. So let's keep an eye on that one, guys. Keep an eye on that one. Now, the crazy things that occurred over the weekend was that DC Lanterns, the trailer, somehow was removed. Everybody, I guess with deep research, it seems like the video, the trailer itself went on private on the DCU's account. So now only, obviously, who's ever watched it and did reviews on it, that's the only trailer that is being posted. The official trailer that came from DC, as well as on HBO Max, that was hosting the trailer, is no longer showing the trailer at this time right now. Damn. So everybody's going ham on, what the hell is happening? Is it truly the fans' hatred for what they saw becoming a problem? Did they have to go back and rewrite the script? All this kind of stuff. All of this is, happening, and everyone's discussing about this, but the release date of it has not changed. It's still coming out in August. It is still set for that release date. It just doesn't make sense as to why they removed the trailer, and they haven't really officially talked about it out in the open like that. It just seems like, yes, they acknowledge that it's gone. They just don't acknowledge on the reasoning behind the pictures and stuff like that. So
weird, dude.
It's weird. I don't know. I mean, like, for people who hated on the trailer, I don't get it. Why y'all just overly zealous for this? You know what I mean? You guys did a little too much. And I think you guys were way too aggressive on this. This was going to be a well-endowed set freaking series. I mean, Gunn told you guys what the series was going to be, and then once the trailer dropped, you guys were in shock of how the trailer looks. Like, then what the hell? Like, why didn't you make your complaints then? You had all this time to make your complaints and discuss what you prefer him to do. And then all of a sudden, you didn't say nothing. Once the trailer hits, now y'all got something to say? Like, come on now. Stop it. Y'all doing the most right now. I want to see this. I want to see this series already. Don't block this from me. Don't block this for me. Y'all block that freaking Batgirl. Don't be blocking this for me. That's all I gotta say.
Damn. You're not
wrong about that. Right? Like, come on, man. We could have had freaking Brandon Fraser, you know what I mean, in the DCU for all things. So I don't know. Let's keep this on the wraps.
Yeah.
But despite that, guys, in the DCU, keep it in there. It looks like James Gunn did make it official that they are shelving the Authority. If you remember, guys, when James Gunn took over, he gave us a slate of shows, movies that were going to be based on the characters he was interested in, and the Authority was one of those. It was basically kind of like their own version of the Immortals from what's it called, Marvel and
Marvel.
right, from Marvel, and what's it called, and showing that to all of us. But obviously, it just seems like the script couldn't get written properly. So Gunn just said, you know what, we're just gonna shelve it now until maybe we can dibble dap back into it. But it looks like he has bigger and better pictures for what's else coming. So at this point, I'm not mad at it because either way, the way it was plotted out, it didn't make no sense to me, honestly. I think it would have been very difficult for them to evolve these characters into the story to make it make sense as to where we're going for now. I mean, where we are right now, do you guys think it's even needed, really, to be honest?
Not really. I think with the person that's going, I don't think it's good that we're eliminating this cartoon because look what happened with the Immortals. They went nowhere. So it's good to cancel something. Probably, if I was them, I would focus on making a cartoon based on probably the rise of Darkseid.
Yeah.
And give us the story of Darkseid himself in the animation.
That'd be fucking sick.
Yeah.
Or why not a series based on the rise of Vandal Savage the way we saw him in Young Justice?
Or that, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? You could definitely do that, especially for him being lived as long as he did in America and be a pharaoh, be an emperor, be control of Rome, like all that timetable. You could definitely do with freaking Vandal. So I would agree with you on that one. I think that would probably be a cooler project for them to get into. But yeah, that's what we got for DC. I think at this point right now, that was something interesting that people were like, oh man, like why? But it doesn't seem like everyone's really too sad about it because it's like it is what it is. I'm like, we don't need to see this, Batman wannabe guy here. We don't need to see this, Superboy wannabe dude over here. We don't need to see this freaking Vision type of wannabe character here in the middle, and this
Cyclops.
And this
I think
Cyclops,
it's a part of the DC
Johnny
universe
Cage
that just
like
doesn't need to be opened, really. That
like
you're saying, to add to your point, that they're just kind of doing good without. So it's like, why don't? Yeah, I can see why James Gunn be like, yeah, let's just can it. Like it's just it's not like done with. Let's just put it on hold.
Yeah, just put it in the back burner. Like at this point, what he's probably focusing on the story and the direction where he wants to tell it. Seems like that's what he's really focused on. Like he wants to put cool projects out for the people and then make it make sense. But it seems like I think he's noticed it's a little expanding the attention getter for the general fan. I think let's narrow the attention down. Let's stay focused. Keeping it simple would be beneficial, and you don't need to overdo it right now. I know you got a lot of your characters you can mix and match and everything like that. Just leave it at that. But you don't need to be actually making projects separately for everybody type of deal. So it's cool. I guess this is a good idea. Now, going into gaming, we rarely do this, but it seems like the gaming world is being impacted in the last couple of days. For sure, Microsoft over here, gaming, made an announcement. They changed their logo. They have a new mission statement. So it's going to be interesting to say the least of what's going to be happening over there at Microsoft. I think they are wanting to get a lot of gamers back because there have been some, decrease in percentage-wise in, gamers. Really has been.
Not only gamers, weird. They say specifically PlayStation users.
Exactly.
That's what I heard. Let's hit him on the pin because TDK, as we were PlayStation before. Once I converted to Xbox, I never left. So therefore,
thank you.
I've noticed. Yeah, I've noticed the change. And as an Xbox One, user now, the capabilities of this thing is amazing. Honestly, I think it moves. I think you've played it. You can see there's just a level. It's just a level up that they did to compare to that PS5, and therefore, I feel like PS5. Like I actually saw a couple memes the other day too. Like PS5 users looking at their system like it's not as fun because Microsoft has been stepping it up. And to see this is actually interesting. I'm curious to see what the hell they're going to bring to the table. I'm excited for them.
I like it. I mean, the logo even looks like the old school logo. They had they're giving me the old school, Xbox 360, Xbox One vibe with the coloration and the digital effect to it. So I think that's what's even cool. Like it's like they want to they kind of stepped away from it and said, let's go back to what brought the fans back coolness wise, and let's advance from that direction. So that's gonna be dope. Now it did in the mission statement, it does state on there, it does promises that the Xbox that they're willing to build, they're moving forward to build, will be affordable, personal, and open. That's what they're saying. So the new Xbox is going to be there. I guess that's what they're looking forward to. So they're kind of going to go into the decrease of how much they're charging us fans and really focus on knowing that, hey guys, let's make our systems affordable. Let you guys get you on there. Because obviously if we can do that, then everybody will be playing. Maybe more likely
trying to flood people's homes with the systems.
Therefore,
it's affordable, and let's put it in your home. And once we're in your home, we'll infiltrate. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No, but once we're in your home, that's what
we're in there forever. You can't get rid of us now. We got everything. We see you. Freaking Skynet. Look at it. That's true. Now moving on to PS5, because PS5 I just was made aware right now with the old man in the green room over here. Gave me a shout out, man. I didn't realize this was going down. So, old man, please express what occurred. I could read it if you like me to, but you brought it up, man.
Read it because
read it.
I think please.
So according to the statement and what's going on the news right now, GameStop is really advertising this here, guys. It seems that PS4 and PlayStation 5 owners have to connect to them every 30 days to renew their license on digital games they purchased. Players who have stumbled into this odd feature are saying all PlayStation Store purchases made after March 2026 now feature a 30-day timer. Who the hell gonna give me a 30-day timer? What the hell?
To do what?
Showing how ridiculous. Showing how long players have until they must connect to the internet and renew the game's license. Players who fail to do so within the time limit will lose the ability to play recent digital purchases until the game's license is renewed via internet connection. Sony hasn't made an official announcement about this but it could be a possible bug. But GameStop is already capitalizing on the bad press and surrounding every media outlet towards this. So this right here is definitely going to take them away from PS5 over to now Xbox, right? It's already going to start shifting the gaming world over here.
Interesting. I didn't. So they're demanding.
Yeah.
Go ahead, old man. Go ahead, old man. Please.
I'll go to you because he had a better opinion than me.
Okay. I mean, if you're sure, keep it short. I'm just saying that I'm asking that they're demanding that you play, right, and connect to the internet. Is what it sounds like, from my understanding.
Exactly. You got to log into the game. If let's say, for instance, I go out there and I buy Assassin's Creed today, I got to play Assassin's Creed. I bought it. I bought it today, but within today's date and within 30 days, I have to log in, play the game, if anything, for a little bit, or even just turn it on, log into the game, in order for me to play with it still moving forward. If it's gone over that 30-day purchase date, then I will go into the game, but it's like as if it's going to update and restart it being downloaded in a sense, and you got to wait until that's all cleared in order for you to play. Instead of just getting in there, I already bought it. It's already mine. I've already purchased this. I should be good to go.
That's weird. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. Holy shit. Okay.
The hell is that kind of feature, man? That's some bull. Go ahead.
I think that's why I wanted to mention that. It seems like Xbox must have found out about this. Xbox must have been paying attention to what PS5 is doing. Mm-hmm. It's really funny. Somebody in Xbox actually molded into Sony and said, "Hey, you guys should do this, and this." Mm-hmm. And some executive in Sony was like, "Yeah, you're right. We should do that. Let's do that." What is Xbox going to do, right? Oh, no, they might go back to the old ways.
They're going to go the old way instead and say, nah, I don't think you need to do that. You could just get a hard copy and be all good for this. You know what I mean? That right there drives me insane right here. And this is why I'm glad I steered away from PS from PlayStation in general ever since after PS2, right? Me and Zach had the PS2, and ever since all this online digitally purchases, I didn't like how they were operating at that point. So I was like, no, I'm sticking with freaking Xbox. They made it nice and easy. Purchase, it's yours. You have it for life as long as you have an Xbox Live account, and as long as you actually have what's it called, a playable Xbox, you're able to get up in there. You better play the game that you bought with your own money. And it's the same thing as if I'm buying a hard copy that I take with me everywhere I go. Now all of a sudden you telling me I gotta sit there and log into it and turn the game on every 30 days in order for me to keep playing with it without any issues or complaints? Nah, man, go on somewhere, man. Now you're doing the most, man. Now y'all doing the most. Now you aggravate me, and then all of a sudden, now we're gonna sit here and say there's a tax on that. Now there's gonna be a tax on that.
Oh yeah,
where as soon as we have to log in there, it's a 25-cent tax, 35-cent tax. Oh, now you're renting now it's gonna go into, it's like as if you're renting the game. Like, no. I went in there, I bought it. It's mine. I should have this. The hell? Stupid feature.
Like, look at the people who are buying these exclusive games, the games that have. And nowadays, even that, the digital version, you're not getting nothing. You're paying 120, 130 just for the extra content that comes in the game. You're not getting. Back in the day, when you go buy the physical copy of the collector's edition, you used to get like a pretty cool, like a souvenir that came with it. Remember?
Yes. Yep.
So that's the thing I'm looking at it now. It's like these gaming systems and gaming companies have gone too dang greedy to the point where they're like, people are still going to pay for what we have. Let's see how far we can push them.
Exactly. That's kind of where they're going with all this. Like, that's how much can we push and see where their frustration goes and their limit at this point right now. Let's just keep adding on bull crap and see from there. Annoyances. It's all it is annoyances. Not non-valid, not needed. Like, why aggravate us for all this crap? It makes no sense. So if this is an ongoing thing for PlayStation in general, I can tell you right now, fans are really going to turn away from this and not want to continue with how things roll in there. You'll definitely see an increase on either PC games or Xbox and Microsoft getting a high volume voltage bulk of the sales. And even then, even Nintendo, people are going to go switch over to Nintendo, man. Come on.
I was about to say, the cheapest option is Nintendo Switch too.
Hell yeah. Yes. Switching over there too. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. This is ridiculous. Share your frustration.
Switch to the Switch.
Exactly. Now, guys, FYI, man, this hit the movie news media all over the world right now because this is going to be some badassness happening here. So I did not know this, but it seems like Quentin Tarantino made a comic involving Django and Zorro having a tag team in the script. Yeah. It was their own personal comic book. Now this is getting a live action adaptation. They're now going to be adapting this into a live action movie, and Jamie Foxx is attached to it currently, or is in talks. So we don't know what the spectrum will be, or will they go younger at this point, as far as actors is concerned. So the movie world is going to see a crossover event between the Django and Zorro. And if you don't know either or, you better get your butt on the movie screen and watch it because both freaking movies are awesome. Like the freaking Antonio Banderas Zorro and the Jamie Foxx Django that he did is awesome. But when you watch the Django, it's a Quentin Tarantino movie. And if you don't know Quentin Tarantino movies, there's a lot of blood, a lot of chaos, a lot of Quentin language.
Tarantino is also making another movie right now, though. He's in the midst of another movie as well, isn't he? Or no?
Possibly. I think he's retired. I think he's assisting with the ongoing of Kill Bill. Kill Bill is being developed. There's going to be an ongoing story with that one, and he won't be helming the movie. He's actually letting another director do all the work.
No, bro. He's definitely making a movie with the dude from Dope. I'm telling you right now, fact check me. Quentin Tarantino new film. Or look up the cast from Dope, the movie Dope, and cast, and that guy's going to be the main star. And I think Quentin Tarantino is helping film that. I'm so sorry, but I'm pretty sure he is.
Well, let's see. Let's do Quentin Tarantino movies.
Okay, you could do that.
Tarantino.
Because I did see a trailer, and unless he's not co-writing
upcoming movies. Well, the most recent project that's out right now that they're talking about is The Adventures of Cliff Booth with Brad Pitt. It's just basically a sequel.
Yeah.
It's a sequel to what Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but he's not directing it. David Fincher is directing the film directing that project for Netflix, and Quentin's just assisting with that one. There's that. Then there's the Django Zorro. Then there is Tarantino's been linked to a potential TV series projects, including Bounty Law, a Bounty Law series show, movie critic cancellation, initial reports to official. Yeah, I think that's it right now, big dog. He just again, he could be, at this point, he's having fun. So it's not like he's not gonna be like helping with movies and like done with movies overall. I think he's done directing movies and TV shows. I think at this point he's like a producer / co-producer, and is assisting with whoever wants to involve themselves in these projects to kind of be the mentor, be the new freaking Steven Spielberg, basically. You know what I mean? That's all it is.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's not bad, but I'm looking forward to this, man. I like both these movies, and to see Zorro get some love and recognition, let's go. And if it's a style like a Quentin Tarantino type of movie with Zorro involved, I think that'll be freaking awesome. I think he'll be the coolest dude everyone's gonna want to dress up for freaking Halloween, man.
It just hits off good, and that opens the door for Zorro to have a spinoff in that type of style of film. So I kind of like this.
Yeah.
If I was to give it a title, I'd call it Django and the Fox.
Yeah, that's nice. That's cool.
But before anything, Zach, I gotta tell you something, and I think it's gonna sound bad when I tell you, okay? We're gonna get a Django and Zorro movie before we get Red Dead 3.
That sucks, man. And everyone's hyping for Red Dead 3, man. Everyone is hyping up for that right now, and it sucks. I know Zach's crying about it. He's probably over there. He had to go cry for a quick second, but he
I think that's why he walked away.
Yeah, he got sad. He's like, oh man, no more of that.
Red Dead 3 is like, oh, come on, old man, how could you?
That's funny. And then freaking Jack Black wants to be one of the characters. I forgot who he announced himself to be, but he did say he wants to be involved in that. He
wants to be Arthur. He wants to be like the main, most popular guy in the
Sure.
Which is funny because John took I still think that Arthur should be played by Henry Cavill, who said he'd like to be in the movies too.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Zach, a minute ago about what Old Man said? Old Man said that the sad part
name of the
that you'll get a Zorro and Django team up, and before you'll get a Red Dead 3.
Oh damn! Yeah, no, that I believe. I mean, why not, dude? It's gonna if the fans are hyping it up this bad, and the name that you were mentioning too is gonna be pretty good too. But I'm sure that they'll definitely, if this is way more anticipated, like they're gonna take time to make a Red Dead 3.
They are definitely.
They are, especially the way that 2 was.
Yeah,
it's more or less they're if I'm not mistaken, the same company that makes Grand Theft Auto is also the same company that makes Red Dead, right?
Yes, Rockstar.
So here's the thing: the guy behind the stories for both Red Dead and Grand Theft Auto, the guy who used to write those stories, he quit the company.
Oh shit!
Well, why do you think it's taking so long?
I mean, he can't. Whoever the guy is that they picked to do it sucks, obviously.
Yeah.
Brother, that guy.
I think he thinks it's going in the direction he doesn't want it to go, which he probably didn't think it'd be this popular. So
that hard and difficult in his mind, he's probably sitting back there like, man, if he can do it, I can do it. No, obviously not. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Or unless he set it up to where, look, after Grand Theft Auto, like the one dropping, and if you guys do Red Dead 3, it's up to you. But I made my Markstone. I'm good. Because this Grand Theft Auto coming out is going to be one of the biggest games. Like people are sleeping on the data it's gonna take up.
Yes, and it's gonna be like real life storytelling. And also too, like the little concepts and stuff that they're gonna do in real time for new features right off the bat is gonna be interesting. Oh man, I haven't even played 5 that much, and I'm anticipating more what's gonna happen with 6 instead. You know, I didn't even play 4. I skipped 4 and I didn't do 5. And it's like right now with 6 coming out, I'm more hyped up for 6. Like I feel like that's what it is. I'm more hyped up for 6 than I am when I was for 4 and 5. Like I stopped it after Vice City, and I'm like, man, Vice City 3 and freaking San Andreas, like that's peak, man. That's peak right there. I can't get better. Can't get better than that.
I stopped in the one where you used to beat up Elvis and the gang of Elvis Presley guys would come out and
Vice City. Vice City.
That's the one, yeah.
Yep, that was Vice City right there. That was the best one. That was the coolest one. Best one was San Andreas in my opinion, but coolest one was definitely Vice City. So
I played all of them, just about anything after 3. I played.
See,
so yeah, all of them are good though. So the most recent one was good. The online, and then when you get to online, it's a whole. That was one of my favorite online games too. It's a whole different realm. So it's gonna be crazy, dude. It's gonna be really crazy.
Well, we shall see, everybody. This is gonna be good something. But other interesting news out there, everybody. If you guys don't know, money talks. Money is talking right now between Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. They are shopping out Rush Hour 4, which hence obviously I had a little pun there with Money Talks, even though Chris Tucker made a movie called Money Talks with a different actor. But they're shopping. I know, right? Good. It is a good movie. It's freaking hilarious.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen. There you go. That was who the other actor was. I knew it was something. I was like, is it Shane? But I'm like, no, it's something. It's something. I know what it is. Just hasn't hit my tongue yet. But currently right now they shopped it with Paramount. They declined Paramount's offer because it seems like their offer was $8 million per actor. 8 million just for Jackie, 8 million for Chris, and they're like, no, we're looking for more. You want to know why? Because we made 20 plus mil over there when we made Rush Hour 3. So no, we want some. We want some more. So will there be a company to pay these actors that much for a Rush Hour 4 after X amount of years? More than likely, it's just not going to be with Paramount. And at this point, these two are definitely still down to make Rush Hour 4. It seems like they have it looks like they have a script. It looks like they're set to go. They just need the financial backing to create it, which is oddly enough weird because why can't Jackie do it? Why can't Jackie do it in China? You know what I mean? Like, ain't he a gazillionaire over there? You know what I mean? Doesn't he
because they want to take this movie to Africa.
He wants more.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So I think they're looking for one. They need their payday. 2, they want to make sure that it could happen in Africa. So that's another good amount of money right there. So
interesting. Yeah.
200 million just to get all that going at 300 million.
Facts. Yeah, at least. So that makes sense. Okay. But, at least, sadly, it's not sad, but it's also, we're just going to be patiently waiting until they make it official. They get the round amount of money down and it's officially a go, So we'll see. We'll keep tabs on it and see what happens with that. It's allegedly been said, peoples, everybody. There's some things that have been happening that's been in there. Got a couple of topics, 3 to say the least. So let's get into it real quick. All right, guys. Let's see what you guys' thoughts on this. It's allegedly been said, people. Said that the 4th film of Cloverfield, who I don't understand why we want to get another one of this one, is going to be a direct sequel to the 2008 original. They're going back to the original one. Why? Because thus far, the storylines that they have told have made no sense. Has no, oddly weird connections, but yet somehow connected. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't know who wants this. I don't want a Cloverfield. Have you guys even seen the Cloverfield movies at all?
Yeah.
There's more than one.
Yeah. I've seen a few. I think it's like 3 of them. So yeah, I think the one with John Goodman, I think the original. After that, I haven't seen any more. And to top it off, the one with John Goodman, you barely saw an animal in there.
And that's the thing, John. That So technically that film or that timeline of that film is supposed to take place before the actions of Cloverfield itself. So Cloverfield came out in 2008. The one with John Goodman it was called 10 Cloverfield Lane, came out in 2016, and then Netflix came out of nowhere with the Cloverfield Paradox in 2018. So like as far as the paradox, it's Paradox 1 happens in more than likely what they're saying that is what created the events of Cloverfield 10 Cloverfield Lane, the 2006 film, is so-called of these situations that happened before the action of actual Cloverfield itself too. So it seems like, everything, these were like two or prequels in a sense, and Cloverfield itself was the It movie, and then now we're getting a sequel to actual Cloverfield. So but
yeah, it doesn't make sense. But okay, yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. I don't want it, man. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to see it. That don't make no sense. Just leave it alone. Just stop. Don't tell this story, because this story, for starters, wasn't even a good story. It didn't freaking make any sense. It wasn't. It made no freaking sense. I didn't like it. I got nauseous. I got a headache. I hated those style of movies where they're like a self camera view and you're doing all this all over the movie, and you're then you're moving in. We're like, bro, God, I can't do that, man. I'm getting nauseous. I'm getting freaking movement sick or whatever here.
Gave old man a nauseous feeling? The Fast and Furious franchise.
All of them.
I can't chime in on that one, man. I like pretty much all of them up until the Paul Walker last one. So I can't do all that now.
They all sucked. I think the first one was okay.
Well, yeah. First
one, no like.
Man, don't like. Got it. All right. Now, it also seems like, and allegedly been said over here, that we will probably get the return of Mr. Jack Sparrow in the Disney, universe over here in the Pirates of the Caribbean. He could be returning, but Johnny Depp is holding off. What it's being said, what will be reported here, he's holding off for the right script. He wants to read the script. If the script is right, he will officially return to the project and finally appreciate, they're sorry, basically. You know what I mean? Ever since that whole thing when Amber Heard went down, he wasn't dubbed in the last project for Pirates of the Caribbean, but it seems like nothing is getting off the ground, and Disney is really, really wanting for him to return back as Jack Sparrow. So I think they deserve it. I think he deserves it. He needs to return back as Jack Sparrow. He needs the apology all over, and I think he'll more likely have a pun in it in the movie. But I'll be excited to see him back at least. They can still tell some good stories here.
If I was him, I would go for the Jack Nicholson contract. Now that the ball's on your court, be like, you know what? You want me? You gotta give me the Jack Nicholson contract. I want a good 50% of the character itself. Jack Sparrow comes out in the video game. I want money from that. Jack Sparrow T-shirts. I want money. A Jack Sparrow hot dog. I want money.
Hot dog.
Jack Sparrow
drink.
Jack Sparrow podcast. I want money. Jack Sparrow drink. Jack Sparrow wine. Jack Sparrow rum. Ramadan dumb. I want some money in my pocket.
That's right.
That's what we need. I mean, if I'm him, this is the best time for him to say, "Hey, I'm the one that carried your franchise, and when all this stuff happens, instead of waiting to see the outcome, you fired."
Exactly.
You know who didn't fire the guy when he waited to see the outcome? Even when the outcome was shitty, they still kept him. WB, when they kept Ezra Miller.
Oh God!
After there was proof that guy fucked up, they kept him.
That's right.
Here they were like, "Oh yeah, Johnny Depp beat Amber Heard," which was the other way around. It was different. It was the opposite of what we know.
Yep.
And she did a lot worse than just beating him.
Right.
And it's like, all right, we're fired. And now it's like, Disney collapses. Pirates suck. What do you do now? Hey, can you come back now that we found out that you were actually innocent in the whole ordeal? And there's what Jack Sparrow has to say. I'll come back, but it's not about the damn right script. No, it's about hey, you're going to pay me. You're going to pay me good.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing would be to piggyback off that. Warner Brothers kept freaking Amber Heard herself. You know what I mean? She stuck around. They were this close of taking her out of Aquaman 2, the movie, and they announced it and they kind of were speculating that she wasn't going to have that much parts in it, and then all of a sudden she did have parts in it, obviously to kind of just tell the story. Yes, she wasn't in bulk of it, but she was in it. They still stuck behind her, and despite her craziness that was all over Netflix, hey, it is what it is, I guess. I don't understand.
So the worst part, I think WB at that time they owned Harry Potter, didn't they? Or was it Universal? I know Universal. So even Universal Studios fired Johnny Depp.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, that is true because he stopped being part of the project of Harry Potter series. So that's also, that's dumb on their part as well too. Yeah, it didn't make no sense. So at this point, if Johnny Depp gets the deal done, congratulations to you, Johnny. Definitely go out there and get yours, make it make sense, and set yourself up, man. I mean, he's pretty much already set for life. He had great lawyers to handle that, and he still doesn't make anything made a dent in his bank at this point right now, and is still doing good projects at this point. So if he gets that return as Jack Sparrow, I think everyone's going to be hyped up for that one for sure.
That'd be insane, dude. That'd be crazy.
Yes. Well, it's crazy. Now, other thing is, it's oddly enough, but the comeback has been real, everybody. If you guys don't remember, Star Wars made a TV series called Star Wars The Acolyte. And if you didn't really watch it or didn't really understand it at that point, no one did. All right. No one understand the outcome of the process of this film. Everyone, including myself, pertaining to the critics, were dogging the crap out of this series. Now, we're dogging it only because of what the storytelling was, being said. It just was happening. It was different than what they're used to. No one was liking this style of it. All right. But in essence, I'm sorry, it wasn't that bad of a watch to see. I somewhat enjoyed watching it. I wanted the story to make more sense to me. And in reality, I wasn't not necessarily like mad at it. I wasn't like, hyped up for it either. Even though all the actors that are involved in the project, I'm a fan of, but I think it's a sleeper at this point, but it is climbing Disney Plus's top 10 watch series thus far. It's climbing the charts again. It's making a resurgence on the streaming platform. So if you guys didn't see it or didn't get a chance to watch all of it, please do. You guys would actually like this. I'm not gonna lie. You will like it. It's just take it as a storyline just within themselves. Don't worry about what you've seen pertaining to, freaking the Jedi of Anakin Skywalker series and all that good stuff of what you watch there. Just stick with what you haven't understood of Star Wars and take it as like, let's say this is, something fresh, something different, and just it involves lightsabers and involves the Force in that sense. Just watch it as that. If you do that, you'll probably freaking be like, hey man, this fucking show's a pretty badass show. I'm telling you, man, it was pretty good. I'm actually about rewatching the series again because I was actually a fan of it. Totally was. It gave me suspense. I was, the villain was a somewhat of a shocker, to be honest. Then the actual villain came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh damn, okay. Then and then some of these actors that portrayed in there were some sudden deaths that you didn't realize was going to happen. And they did. And you're like, oh man, what the hell's happening, man? Everyone's dying, basically, in a sense. But it's like it just leaves you in the suspense on who will, who won't, and it keeps you going. So I'm saying just watch it. Please do, guys. You guys will like it if you guys get a chance. But it's allegedly been said, guys. I put out there allegedly because I don't know if I really believe all the charts talks. Sometimes statistics don't give us all right. Like, look at Braun's statistics. His statistics give us a whole bunch of fakeness and a whole bunch of dysfunction of really knowing, people want to say he's a GOAT, but he's really not because he really don't play good and he's really not that great.
I just think it's crazy because he's really like statistically one of the greatest. So if we're gonna do statistic things, but yeah, I mean, I think what you're saying. Yeah,
no. I saw a highlight of him where he hits him, dude. He elbows the guy. So he elbows
Thank
the
you.
guy when he's going for a layup. I think he misses the layup, and he falls to the floor, and he's on the floor in pain. He's like, ah.
Yeah, and statistically that's a
And the
foul. But it's all
referee called, yeah.
he said,
My neck, my back, my neck on my back.
I'm
Man,
injured.
the floor ain't even wet over here. That's basically what. That's what he's basically saying. The floor wasn't even wet. Why you slip and fall? That make no sense. You know what I mean?
And they gave him the foul. They're like, well, he's NBA's pet project. We're trying to help him become the mega star that he's supposed to be. Might as well push the button for him and help him out a little bit more.
But yeah, that it's weird. I mean, anything going on in the NBA world, Zach, actually real quick, because I know the playoffs are happening right now. I think that's really a big thing because if I'm not mistaken, the for sure the Wolves are gone, right? Timberwolves are done.
Yeah, I mean, to go into like a quick who's making it, who's going a little bit further. I mean, there's been a couple of injuries on both ends of some players, but yeah, the Timberwolves did suffer a big one. Mr. Anthony Edwards, one of the greatest to do it right now, one of the legend killers, was up against the Denver Nuggets, which was a really good matchup till it went south for them. So that series actually got tied, so we kind of know who's they're gonna make the comeback. Basically, Denver's gonna come back and win that. And then you got the one and the only, one of the greatest Lakers going into the next round against OKC, which would be a challenge for them. Because that's OKC, top of the league, Mr. Alex, one of the greatest right now, MVP. Obviously, the ballots are in too for a lot of the other players. He got his second MVP going into this playoff season, and he's going to be going against Luka coming back. So it's great for LeBron. He's going to be going against Rivers coming back.
That's great for LeBron. That's not that great for LeBron.
Yeah, that's great, right? So LeBron gets to just kind of coast to that, so that one's good. And then
if LeBron goes against OKC, they're getting swept. You keep talking. You keep talking like
it'll be game 7. That'll probably go to game 7. We'll see.
Game 7? Oh, hell no. Are you talking about flopping from LeBron? OKC is nothing but.
But that's the thing, bro. Okay. Alex is Mr. Flop too. It's flop versus flop, bro. But who can flop the way to the? It's like a game of Flappy Bird. Remember the game Flappy Bird? Yeah, bro.
Who can flop their way to the next round?
To the next round, bro. That's what's gonna happen there. And then you got Orlando Magic making their presence felt in the playoffs too. Shout out to them, bro. I feel like it's well deserved for Mr. Anthony. I think it's Cole or something like that's his first name, playing for them. Okay. Dude, he's been fighting hard for Orlando to be out there. So shout out to them.
3-1 over Detroit. That's interesting.
And if you guys didn't know already, too, Jason Tatum for Boston's already back balling in the playoffs. He picked up right where he left off. Yeah, and they're up. So I think it'll be Boston versus Orlando, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, Boston. It would be Boston versus either New York or Atlanta, depending on who wins that one.
And New York won tonight, which I think New York's going to take that overall.
Yeah, New York leads right now 3-2 as well. So
obviously Boston.
Hey, that'd be a good game, man. New York and Boston. That's a good.
That's gonna be good.
And then Orlando could be facing the winners of Cleveland and Raptors and Toronto.
Yeah, and Cleveland is up right now though. So
no. You talking about game like playing right now at the second?
Well, no. I thought they were. Is it 3-1 or is it 2-1?
No, right now they're tied up 2-2.
Oh, it is 2-2. Oh, I didn't know they were on games. Oh, I didn't know that one. My bad. Okay, yes, there we go.
Yeah, they're tied up 2-2. San Antonio's up 3-1.
I would imagine Cleveland. Well, TDK would say that Harden always. This is where Harden bluffs, and you guys remember he's on the Cleveland this year. So
Harden's on Cleveland.
Yeah, Harden's with Mitchell. Yeah, Harden's with him.
Nope.
Yeah, James Harden is playing for
Don't rely.
Yeah, he said then I got.
Don't rely on Harden. Don't even do it.
He said then I got.
He gone.
He said they go. But yeah,
they go.
So that's not anything other than that. Nothing too crazy with the playoffs. I mean, other than like injury wise too, everyone's trying to keep it together. Yeah. Golden State though did get eliminated. They're not in the playoffs, and of course, Mr. Steve Kerr says that was his last contract as coach. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Draymond and Steph are
Yeah, people are speculating Kurt to Chicago, right?
Well, Kurt?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why would he go to Chicago? He would just stay and say if I was him.
Come on. Bring back the rings, man. Go in there, and you got some good players. Well, then again, look, I think the one thing Kerr doesn't want to do is Kerr doesn't want to go in and establish a team. He wants to already have an established team and just give him his wisdom and just keep coaching normal. Because let's be honest, when he got to Golden State, they were already established. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were on their real building stage. Like they had already a great team. They were looking for a final coach, and he did. Yeah,
exactly. Went in there, coached the hell out of the team, got them, right mentally in order for them to push forward, and then they were fine. But Kerr's never gone into a rebuilding stage at all whatsoever. And let's be honest, he lost Clay recently. He don't know how long Draymond's going to keep up with his antics and keep going on there. He could be gone. I think Kerr is at that level where it's like, nah, I love these guys. They're like family to me, of course, yes, but I think it's time for me to start a new chapter. And I don't know if he'd be right to do the coaching of Chicago. I think because of the Chicago needing so much all around, it's going to be a headache of a project that I think a lot of coaches are scared to do. But if anybody can do it, I think if Tom Thibodeau does not succeed with New York after this season, I think, and if he gets let go, let's him come to Chicago. Let's bring him back. I think Tom Thibodeau will be the one guy to make a team again. So
one last run, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be nice. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool, Zach. All right, then. I guess we'll see what happens in the playoffs. We got a couple more games, couple more rounds.
Yeah, we're still pretty. They haven't mentioned anything about the WNBA and how Chicago traded Angel Reese.
Ooh, well, yeah, we talked about that earlier. But since then, actually, now that you brought that up, good, thank you for doing that. Since then, Chicago Sky has been on a freaking signing tear, man. They traded players. They freaking traded the picks, bro. They have literally brought in some talent, man. These girls have been. I mean, let me look this up real quick. I want to actually post this. That's actually a good conversation. If I look it on Google, it ain't gonna tell me, but if I do on their Instagram page, you can see all their freaking signings of Chicago Sky, what they're doing over there, because it is shockingly that they brought in like what four different players thus far.
I think 4 or 5. I think
some, man. Let's see, Sky new signings. So here, this is the new round. Does Chicago Sky's new players make up the trading of Angel Reese? So we have a new Chicago Sky called her name is Skylar Diggins from where did she play from before? It doesn't tell me right now. Then we got Rakia Jackson, who freaking dude. If you see Rakia Jackson's highlights, I saw her highlights, and her highlights, dead ass. She got some freaking ball handling skills, man. That girl can put it through the legs, do a little 1-2, give it a back step, shoot, shot, done. Like she has a really good shot, man. And then I don't want to give it. I'm Tony the Butcher, man. The Johnny. I think the Johnny is her first name, but Carrington is her last name, and she's a good defensive player, man. She's what's up. So at this point they got 3 for the price of 1 and said these 3 are going to give us a good team overall. You know what I mean?
Shit, why not?
So that's cool. Yeah, it's going to look good. It's going to look good. I am actually excited for this, to be honest, because I want to see what this Chicago Sky team does now. I mean, before they got
that Chicago Sky's won a championship before, haven't they?
Yes, they have. I think they're like a two-time champion, if I'm not mistaken, in WNBA. Double WNBA champions. Let's see. Champion. Yeah, in October 17, 2021, the Sky won their first WNBA championship after defeating Phoenix Mercury 3-1 in the WNBA Finals. 2021 WNBA Finals. So they are champions one time. How many? See how many?
Oh, I don't think they got a lot though.
Oh yeah, just one. They've only won one, so that's fine. 1-1 in their franchise history. Let them, this is their comeback type of deal. I think they can actually make some noise now that they've gotten these new signings. So I'm excited. I really am. I think these guys some ball out this year.
Should be good.
Yeah. And then I'm actually intrigued to see how Angel Reese's career ends up after this. Not saying she's gonna get hurt. I don't want to be, I don't want to be Debbie Downer. Debbie Downer. I'm not going to work for you. I'm not wishing any on that nature, but. I really would like to see where it ends up, just because it's like you were talking all this talk over here. You weren't walking the walk like you should have. You were walking the walk somewhere else, obviously. And let's see what happens here, man. Let's just see what happens here. I want to do so. So
she should become a model. I mean, her face and everything. She's a model.
She was. I mean, she has dabbled in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Stick with that. You might be right, man.
That's
Stick
why
with that.
I'm like, she's in the wrong career. I believe she'll be a model.
Yeah, definitely there. And we'll talk about that next time. I'll keep that in touch, so that's gonna be a good conversation, anyways. But let's leave it there. So that's all I got for you guys. It's been a good show. There's a lot of stuff I told you we left on the table last weekend. And over the weekend, it just kind of, simmered up a little bit here. I had to put some seasoning up on it and put this on there so we can get this rolling out. So
a little marinate.
Yeah. Get a little marination right there. A little drizzle. You know what I'm saying? Of some glaze on it.
Nothing you gotta pour some cheese on it too. A little bit of queso.
That's right. And some little hot sauce.
Hot sauce too.
All right, yeah. Well, stay tuned. We'll be back. Another rundown this coming up Friday for sure. But if we do some other shows this week, we'll keep you guys posted on there. All right. So you guys stay tuned. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Those who commented for sure, man. We'll see you guys. All right.
All right, fellas.
Peace, love, so.